know you're going to pull it away, but I can play the game right to the end. And he did it to me twice, okay? And he had no intention of going, and I knew it, okay? And now he's like, well, you're the only one that hasn't gone, okay? And I'm like, well, you had your chance, okay? And every time I get to say that, it's worth it, okay?
He got mad at me because one day he said something about Dean. He says, he got real mad. Kathleen or somebody was here and he said, and you took my daughter to Italy and I wanted to do that. And I thought, Maria was going to Italy. We asked you could have come along too, but now you're mad at me because I went to Taco with Gina. Instead of saying, you know, like Gina went to Taco and he was always saying he was going to take TJ. But you know what, in fairness to your dad, I guess in a way, ever since 9/11, it's like, he just can't bring himself to go.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
He wants to go, but he can't bring himself to go. Number one, and the older he gets, the more stuff he has to drag. Because I don't think he wants to rent a car and drive down anymore, and that's the best way to go. And take the train and the stuff and all this kind of stuff. But when he was there in Italy was when the towers went down.
Yeah.
And when he left the Circolo that day, the towers were standing. And they told him like he wasn't worried about the buildings going down. Oh well, everything will be all right, you know. He went into that one building, the one building's okay, you know. It'll be like when they bombed the building before, it's a big disaster, but he just could not believe that when they told him the buildings fell down, both of them. He said he thought they were pulling his leg, that they were full of it.
Wow.
I found it hard to believe standing there looking this like, I saw it when the first plane hit because I was getting a mammogram and a little TV set in there and I saw this right after it hit. I thought, oh, a plane went astray. It was a mistake, you know, building, like, oh my God, this, but I wasn't concerned. I thought terrible disaster, but I never dreamed. And then I was in Sears after my appointment. I went over to Sears and I'm walking past this bank of television screens and there's the towers going down, both of them.
Wow.
It's like he's never been able to go back since then. I don't know whether and they weren't kind to him, I guess, on the inner stuff about the war in Iraq.
Oh, yeah? Oh.
They're like
Well, that's a whole George Bush.
Preemptive strike.
The Republicans, people like that are really sensitive because George Bush was really such a screw up. They can't get over it.
But your dad was like more open-minded once upon a time. But ever since he got in with these buddies and the Kipo stuff and everything, and I'm telling you, they're racist. Jim Huggins is a racist, and so is Frick a racist.
Yeah.
Regardless of what they say and how, and they're these like born-again Christian types. I know Huggins is a really nice guy, wonderful guy, and everything too. But they believe every damn thing, and the propaganda they've been, you know, and he's on their side. After all, they've been in the war. They know what life's really all about.
And their son's a general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought, I wonder what the son really tells him.
I know. I wonder what Jim says. Okay, he probably says, "Dad, you're just such a fucking racist." Okay, just get off of it. Okay, we're over there for no reason. All right, Dad.
Yeah,
I got my star. Okay.
And
Shut up.
They used to say that if you're against the war, you were against the soldiers. I don't know who Obama said in one of his speeches a long time ago. I support the soldiers. I don't support the policy. I support the soldiers.
Well, they have a hard time with the George Bush was such a screw up. He ended up nationalizing the bank. Like they're calling Obama a communist, but their guy did it, you know. So they have a hard time. They have this mental block because they just can't, they're in denial. Okay, and they can't get over it. And it's just.
I blame Cheney more than anything. Here's this stupid guy who did take all this time off from the National Guard, can't prove where he was, had this special privilege, you know, and doing drugs and drinking.
Yeah.
And it's like, and he's letting Cheney run everything because after all, he's the older guy. He made a terrible, I think he probably realized towards the end of his term he had made a big mistake.
Well, I think the whole bank, I think George Bush was ineffective, okay, and they knew Dick Cheney had him wrapped around his finger, and then George Bush made it away from him. But the bankers, near the end of his term, they realized, we got free run of the house. We can clear all our books and we can blame it all on George. Mm-hmm. And they did, you know. Mm-hmm. And I think they all screwed Lehman Brothers, and they organized that whole thing. And I was like,
the Supreme Court making this thing that, you know, corporations and they can give unlimited money to like senators and Congress and as much money as they want to running campaigns to sponsor somebody. And Obama looked at the Supreme Court sitting right there in the front aisle and said that he didn't believe in that. He thought that was wrong.
Yeah.
He
Well, it
said,
sounded like from the speech that he really
he did a
told it
good
like it
speech.
was.
And I wanted so bad to turn on Fox to see how they're going to spin everything around, but I didn't.
Right.
I couldn't stand
Yeah, I
it.
can't. That's why I gave up TV. Is that I mean, I have to pay for Emma's cell phone bill, and Emma does really well with technology. Okay, it makes her a more responsible person. So you know, I don't care about going to the poorhouse. All right, I got Sally.
It's going to be nice that she's going to go to American University, that she's doing so well. This person.
That's a good school, right? Now, if I could just get her to speak Chinese, okay, she'll get a good job. She'll be very sought after. When she gets there, she'll realize I've got to learn how to speak, because they're going to be saying that left and right. It's like, you know, you can go to, hey, going to France and Europe and all that stuff. That's only for the rich people, okay? You want to get a job doing that, you got to be well connected. Okay, when you go into international relations and your parents are nobody, Omar the Blonde Arabian, okay? You're going to China, baby, okay? Yeah, and you're going to be in some little village translating for us, okay? Filling out contracts for American businesses.
She'll be okay. It'll work out.
Yeah, well,
They'll have all these like interesting paths to travel down. You know, it'll be interesting watching their lives.
well, give me another hug, I gotta go.
You just raised good kids, the two of them, Hannah and Emma.
Yes, their mom did a good job,
They
okay?
both did.
Yep, thank you.
I wouldn't say this to Jenny, but you did a good job because you just basically always turned the other cheek.
Well, you have to. I learned it from you.
But you had to because it was like the goal. What's the goal?
Okay, got it on record. So you can.
I hope not.
Yeah.